All right, I'm gonna walk you through the editing process for one of Grizzly Landscape's finished projects. His are usually pretty simple projects, so can't really go too crazy. But we're gonna do the spring wheat one, since that one we had to change the song. So I'm gonna edit my version of it, and then we could compare it to the one that you did. All right, so I downloaded. Okay, I deleted the song. All right, so the type of music for Grizzly Landscape has to be something pretty popular, something that appeals to just your normal person. Um, so we're gonna go and create a new project. Yeah, spring wheat. Make sure it's in vertical for his, and then for resolution 1080 by 1920, and then the 30p frame rate. All right, then we'll drop the song. This one is a pretty chill song, so I think we'll just start it from here. I'll put it there. And then for this one, we could do probably a wide angle shot from the front. This. All right, so we have this. I think we'll start it here. And then we'll hit. Usually, you could either do on your track or on one of these. Do the lift from storyline. This will add this gray bar. That way, you can shuffle everything around. This one ends. Lately, the stuff I've been going for is just a lot slower to showcase the work. Um, so for this clip, it gets a little shaky, so I'll try to stabilize it and leave these settings as is. And then usually that will work. When you stabilize a clip, you have to look at the edges of the video. Sometimes they'll start warping. In that case, don't stabilize it and maybe slowing it down. So then we'll color grade it. This should be most of the time just a one click. And honestly, that's pretty good. Okay. So usually we'll do one wide, then some detail shots, then back to wide, then details. Okay, so this is the timeline that we've pieced together so far. Like this project, I mean, was pretty simple, and sometimes less is more on these simple ones. Sometimes like these projects are a little too simple to where if you start to get like too crazy with the speed ramps, um, like there really isn't much to show. Like if we're only doing the front and they're simple, and you start getting too crazy with the speed ramps and the transitions, it can start to look a little gimmicky. So in this case, when we're only doing the front and it's pretty simple, um, I usually like to go with the more simpler edits. But again, if um, like again, you're going to put your own creative spin on this, but generally, um, we don't want to go too crazy to where it starts to look gimmicky. And when I say gimmicky, um, I mean like on a lot of these slower clips, like on these zoomed in clips, I usually don't like speed ramping into the next one when there's not a lot of movement. I only like speed ramping on clips where there's like a lot of movement. But on these, like we had in your original one, I don't think there's enough movement to like make a tasteful speed ramp. But again, that's just my preference on these type of videos. If we were doing the front and backyard, or on a big home where a lot of clips had a lot of movement, then we could incorporate more speed ramps or a bigger variety of clips. But yeah, so yeah, this is what we have so far. And then it could be simple. And then for these clips right here, we could go ahead and add some zooms. And you could choose either zoom in linears or the zoom out ones. But since these clips are pretty short, we want to reduce the zoom amount. We just want to add a little bit of movement to these clips. And sometimes you might not be able to tell. You'll be able to tell when they're not there, but when you add them, like it just adds a little touch to the video. And since we went with zoom ins here, you can switch things up and put zoom outs here. Just remember not to go too much to where the footage starts to get pixelated. And then for this clip, it's going a little too fast. So we could slow it down a bit. And then we could even keyframe it a little bit to keep this in the center. So right here, it starts to go off to the side, so we could add a keyframe, position it right there. And this keyframe is going to be 0. So as it moves, we want to keep the house in the center. So then these keyframes are here. Every time you move it, once you add a keyframe, it'll do it automatically. So that is it. This is probably the fastest and simplest type of edit you can do. That's pretty much it. This type of edit right here, for like a simple front yard, uh, this definitely well under an hour to complete. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it.